Okay guys, so welcome back, and we are now at Stockholm Skavsta airport, and we're now going to be flying to London Stansted with Ryanair. The aircraft is a Boeing 737-800 and the registration this time is EI-DLK, Delta Lima Kilo, built in March 2006, so it's 12 years old and not a new member of the fleet, quite old. Flight number is FR59, flight time to Stansted just around 2 hours, and this aircraft is not equipped with a sky interior cabin, so we're quite unlucky this time, but from here I can see that it's got the new seats, so it's basically going to be a hybrid cabin. This aircraft has just got fitted with the new seats like 1 or 2 years ago, just for like as a refurbishment, but still not equipped with a sky interior, but it's like a hybrid cabin with the new seats but the old cabin. So this aircraft right now just arrived from Stansted. We're now here at Skavsta Airport's Gate 5, as usual, where Ryanair flights to Stansted leave from, and we're going to be boarding hopefully in the next 5 to 10 minutes time. You can see the passengers are just leaving the plane. These passengers just arrived from London Stansted. Hope you all enjoyed the previous flight report with the sky interior. We were really lucky on that, but this time it's going to be like kind of different. And our seat for this flight today is 33F, so we're at the very last row of this plane. So nothing much to say now, and I will see you when we're boarding. We have to board from the back, by the way. So that's really, so we'll see you.
Are you sitting in front or in the back?
Back.
Okay, wait by the sky.
Sorry, what happened to this guy?
It's
Okay. Alright, so this is DLK.
So you have to wait here? Just a second, yeah?
So this is our plane to Stansted tonight. So you've got a great view of it. There we are. So we don't have any other planes there. It's just us. This one. So I'll see you during boarding. Hi.
Hello, boarding pass?
Okay, just a sec.
Thank you very much.
This is our seat, the very back. Here. With the new seats. This one. Yeah. Just hang on a sec, guys. Where are you going? Okay. Sorry, guys. So as you can see, we're at the very back this evening. By the way, it's our seat. So this is our seat 4. the next 2 hours, obviously. The seats are new, just like the ones on the Sky Interior. The cabin is old. The lockers, I mean. This is the outside. It's got a great wing view here at seat 33A. Could be better though. It's because we're right at the back. So that's obviously why. I think these seats were like installed like 1 or 2 years ago. Just because this aircraft's probably getting old, so they just wanted to change the seats just for a change. I like the seat design, it's much better than the old seats. Also has more legroom.
Okay, thank you.
Legroom's actually quite good. Seat looks better than the old one, but you know. I wish we could have sat like in the middle of the plane at least. But I'm definitely going to be okay. So, legroom's good. This is my seat back, so as you can see, we've got that kind of like sidewall here saying Ryanair because that's obviously because we're at the last seat row on the plane. 33F. Well, it's actually meant to be 32F because Ryanair doesn't have a seat 13. After 12 it just pops on straight 14. Probably because they believe that 13 is a bad luck number. Some airlines skip the seat 13. So after 12 they have a seat 14. It's nothing unusual with some airlines. Ryanair doesn't have it, and you know, it's nothing unusual at all, don't worry. Haven't got a bad wing view after all, it's good, but could be better. Just gonna go with what I've got at the moment. And these new seats have better legroom. These seats are meant to be on the Sky Interior, so this makes it like a hybrid cabin with a combination of new seats and old cabin. Well, apart from the seats though. This is the tray table. It is a bit dirty, but just put it back to how it is. The rest of the cabin just looks okay. So this aircraft just arrived from Stansted. We'll be flying back, so we'll see you guys just during pushback. Okay guys, so we're pushing back.
In the overhead locker for taxi, takeoff and landing. We would like to remind you that smoking is not permitted. Thank you for your attention. Please sit back, relax and enjoy your flight.
So our engine's starting. So it's the...
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for aircraft to find your life jacket just in the panel above your head, unless instructed by the cabin crew. Thank you.
Velkommen. Vennligst ta av hotelkoder under denne demonstrasjonen. Det finnes 8 nødutganger ombord. Alle er markert med et rødt exit-skilt. I tilfelle av en nødsituasjon vil lys langs kabingangen lyse opp i mørket og lede deg til den nærmeste nødutgangen. Det er 4 hovednødutganger. 2 fremst i kabinen, 1 til venstre og 1 til høyre. Og 2 bak i kabinen.
This isn't Swedish, this is Norwegian.
Det er 4 nødutganger over vingene. Til
The
venstre
heck?
og 2 til høyre. Din nærmeste nødutgang kan befinne seg bak deg. For å feste ditt setebelte, plasser metallenden inn i spennen.
This isn't even Swedish. What the actual heck? Why have they chosen Norwegian? Wait, what the fuck?
Fra panelet over hodet ditt, trekk ned fast I masken for å starte oksygentilførsel. Plasser den over nese og munn, og pust normalt. Ikke bli bekymret om posen ikke oppblåst. Oksygen strømmer. For å stramme masken, trekk igjen enda av stroppen. Voksne som reiser med små barn, må feste sin egen maske først. Din drivvest befinner seg under setet ditt, eller I panelet over hodet ditt. I det usannsynlige tilfelle av en nødlanding på vannet, ta livvesten ut av pakken og plasser den over hodet ditt. Bring stroppen rundt din medje og spenn igjen på forsetten. Sikre slik mannskapet demonstrerer. For å blåse opp din livvest, trekk ned kraftig på den røde vippen. Det finnes et munnstykke for videre oppblåsning, og et lys for å tiltrekke oppmerksomhet. Blås ikke opp din livvest inn I kabinen. Det kan gjøre det vanskelig for deg å komme ut av flyet. Finn informasjon på sikkerhetskortet som befinner seg innenfor området der du sitter.
Just all the crew.
Vær vennlig, feste setebeltet.
Just wanted them updated, that's all. Didn't want to try to be mean or anything. I was just telling the truth.
Du finner en ringeknapp, leselys og luftventil I panelet over hodet ditt. Bærbart elektronisk utstyr som iPad og mobiltelefoner.
Don't know why they chose the wrong announcement.
Vennligst velg flymodus nå. Bærbare PC-er må pakkes ned I kabinbagasjen og plasseres enten under setet foran deg eller I bagasjehyllen over hodet ditt. Og må forbli der mens flyet taxer på rullebanen og under avgang og landing. Røyking forbudt. Takk for oppmerksomhet.
Never seen them do that.
We will be dimming the cabin light for taking off. This is a normal procedure when flying in all darkness. If you wish to continue reading, there is a reading light just in the panel above your head. Thank you.
That's kind of really weird. By the way, that's the APU shutting it off because I don't need it anymore. Flap setting is it for takeoff? I think it's probably flaps 5 or something. By the way, that's Skavsta airport, so no other aircraft here at the moment. We'll probably only have those, like those small Swedish jets like over there, which are usually always here and don't fly very often that much. So they have gates 1, 2, 3 and 4. The Schengen gates 5 and 6 are the non-Schengen gates because flights to non-Schengen countries like the UK and all these, they leave from gate 5 and 6. Well, 5 mostly nowadays, not really 6 anymore. That's the fire station. I have no idea why they had to choose an announcement in another language, because I think they selected Norwegian by accident or something. It doesn't sound Swedish at all. But whatever it was, the man's Norwegian accent still sounds decent. But you have no idea on the Swedish woman. She's not even Swedish, she's like Arabic accent. It's a really shitty accent she had. But anyways, let's just make the best of this flight, apart from the announcements. No sky interior, it's a shame. But we had it on our outbound flight from Stansted to here. Well, I don't know. We had it on the journey here. We had it on the journey here, but on this way back it's going to be a hybrid cabin with the new seats but the old cabin.
proceed for departure.
So, I'm ready, the passengers are ready, the aircraft is ready, and the whole crew and the flight crew is also ready. And are you ready for takeoff? Are you ready? Seems like you are. Well, even if you're not, be ready. Because we've got a 2-hour flight to go. Hey, it ain't that much. But whatever it is, we are going to make the best of this flight. So there we are. Oh my god. It's really, the takeoff bit is quite fun actually, but the landing bit, I like it even more. There we are, full power. Stockholm Skavsta Airport. Until next time, and bye bye Sweden. Until I see you again. I really do like the takeoff. I like the landing even more. To go the flight. The captain said that the flight time's 2 hours. So over there you've got twilight. And let's just make the best of this journey to Stansted. And even better, possibly with some heavy braking up on landing at Stansted. With idle reverse 100%. And our flight had like an hour delay because it left Stansted late. Before that, I think it made a flight from Warsaw to Stansted, and then it flew from Stansted to Skavsta. Don't know where we'll be flying tomorrow, but it's now flying to Stansted, so it's today's last flight with this plane. This plane is, so this flight is the last flight of the day for this plane, and tomorrow it will hopefully be going somewhere else. To another destination, probably Stansted to, might just change its route from Stansted to like whatever, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, who knows. So we're making a left turn in order to reach the UK in time. So guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to see you when we're just like cruising at our altitude, probably like 37 or 8,000 feet, or even 36 maybe, most probably 37 or 8. So guys, I will see you during whatever, when we're just cruising, when we're just like halfway through the flight, probably in about an hour or something. Let me show you another view of the cabin. It's quite decent, so I'll see you. Alright, so we're just kind of like halfway through the flight. Should be arriving in like an hour and a half or something like that. We don't have that much left anyway. It's just a 2-hour flight. And the crew have just commenced their in-flight service, so they're just like passing through the cabin with the refreshments trolley. And so I don't get bored, I just got I can see the menu, and I have to put everything under my legs. I have to put everything down there, thanks to Ryanair not having seat pockets. It's kind of weird when they don't have seat pockets, you really need them. It's no good. The passengers really don't deserve it. Ryanair just doesn't have seat pockets, which really, really is annoying. It's probably because they might not have time to clean them, as they only have half an hour turnarounds at airports. Like at Skavsta, they had a half an hour turnaround or something like that. But at Stansted, probably longer if the plane is based there. Probably 1 hour, sometimes 2 or 3 hours even. Sometimes it can just be stored at Stansted. No, it might just be parked at Stansted for a few days at a remote stand. No doubt about it. Some aircraft are like this. Anyways, let's just enjoy this meal. Let's just enjoy a late night snack. Views over the horizon. You can see like it's just sunset over there. I like how the sidewalls are designed, but they're probably not as good as the sky interior. And this, I repeat, this plane has the seats which are meant to be the sky interior. Many aircraft on Ryanair have them now. Some of them do, like the older ones which have been fitted with the new seats. And this aircraft used to have the old seats as well from when it was built. And this aircraft was only built in March 2006, so it's almost 12 and a half years old, so it is getting pretty old to the Ryanair fleet. But we sure do have older aircraft in the fleet. And at the moment, Ryanair's oldest 737-800 is a 2002 built model. And they also had many others, and I think Ryanair took delivery of its first ever 737-800 in 1999. Some in 2000, some in 2001, and some also in 2002, which did leave the fleet like a few years ago, just a few years before Ryanair's newer planes entered service, and then we got the Sky Interior in January 2016. The first ever Sky Interior on Ryanair was delivered. Now we have a few more 737-800s on order, and next year they will start the delivery of the Boeing 737 MAX. It's a view of the cabin. I think the overhead panels look quite old, but not too old actually. They quite look okay. Well, similar to the 757. Some 757s do have this kind of like panels and this kind of lockers. On the Sky Interior have much larger lockers, and you know, you have a bit more headroom on that side. It doesn't really make a difference though. We're still on board the hybrid cabin. For those of you guys who don't know what hybrid means, it's like kind of like a combination of something new, a combination of two things or more maybe. Like when we flew on Thomas Cook from Stansted to Delamare, we flew on an A321, which it was an ex-Monarch Airlines, a former Monarch Airlines livery, and it was a Thomas Cook owned plane, so it was a hybrid livery, a combination of Monarch Airlines and Thomas Cook Airlines. Mostly the Monarch Airlines livery, apart from the Thomas Cook label and the Sunny Heart logo. Don't know why they didn't have time to paint it. Well, this plane has got nothing to do with that, let's just ignore it. Although this plane does have the hybrid cabin with the new seats but old cabin. Still have a lot of yellow. But on the Sky Interior you have less yellow. But the seating configuration is exactly the same. Well, apart from one Boeing 737-800 they have, which is mostly like for crew training flights and probably for some flights as well, mostly operate like to Prestwick or East Midlands. They have been to Stansted a very few times probably. I wish we could catch it one day. It does really make a difference, it's just a 737. So guys, I need to eat now, and I will see you just before we arrive into whatever it is, just before we arrive into London Stansted, just during our descent. So we'll see you then. I'm not going to be filming the toilet because it probably looks exactly the same as like the others. It's not really going to make a difference, but I think I'm going to film it anyways. So I'll see you then, guys. Bye for now. Alright guys, so we're now descending into London Stansted, and so far it's been a quite a good flight from Skavsta, and it's been good as well on board this plane, and the registration is EI-DLK, Delta Lima Kilo. So Ryanair's a good airline so far. I think Ryanair's operating a good service, decent service, not too bad, but definitely not as good as Norwegian or like any other airline, but like any other local style. I think Ryanair is quite good, and it is better than many other airlines. And I think it's improved a lot over the past 3 to 4 years, or even like for the past 4 years it's improved a lot. And like before, it really wasn't as good as now. By the way, so Ryanair's a great airline, I can say, but the only problem is that no seat pockets on Ryanair, so that's something very, very annoying to passengers. And we're just now descending in, we're just now entering the coast of Britain. You might see over there, take a close look at it, and yeah, that's it. And should be landing in like 20 minutes time, hopefully. 15-20 minutes, who knows, but soon. And by the way, I just wanted to say that I'm proud of Ryanair's service so far. Ryanair is probably the airline which I've been on the most in my lifetime. Ryanair is the airline which I've been on for the majority of my lifetime. I've been on Ryanair more than any other airline. Well, let's say Ryanair and Norwegian, but mostly I've been on Ryanair much more than Norwegian, I think. Well, probably the same amount, I'm not sure. But I think I've been on Ryanair so many times in my life. I've been on it like every single year, well, apart from 2013. Might have been on it some other years as well. I hope you all enjoyed the previous flight report from Stansted to Skavsta. That was Foxtrot Zulu Foxtrot, equipped with the Sky Interior cabin. So it was a really good flight on board that one. But this one was good, but the cabin is really not as good as that one. But the seats are exactly the same model, and the oh wow, we have the in-flight spoilers. That means that the plane might not be slowing down properly, so they just activate the in-flight spoilers to help reduce the speed, because the plane can't slow down properly. You can see that it's quite bumpy now, but it's a good feeling. I really like it. It helps to stabilize the aircraft. We've just entered the United Kingdom, as you can see, over like Suffolk or Essex. We're probably over the south of Suffolk or the north of Essex, but whatever it is, we really are getting closer to Stansted. And after that, we've got to drive back to Shenfield to get some sleep. #1 airline, Ryanair. Low fares made simple. So it flies to many other destinations around the world. Europe, flies to like nearly every country in Europe, and well, apart from Iceland and you know some countries, but it flies to most countries in Europe, and nearly all countries in Western Europe. Well, not Iceland, but it might soon. Who knows? You never know. It might start like in a few years' time. I don't know, but I wish it could. Guys, when I said we were flying over Ipswich on the last flow report, that wasn't Ipswich, that was actually Braintree. Braintree it was. Just a town in the middle of Essex. It's also close to Stansted Airport, just like 20 minutes away. What city is that? Is it Ipswich or Colchester? I don't know. It's one of them. Well, I think it looks like Ipswich because it's quite a big town. And so is Colchester. Well, it's definitely not Chelmsford. Oh guys, we're just dropping down. This is what I call the exciting bit. I think it is Ipswich, guys. By the way, Ryanair doesn't fly to North America. It only flies to, also flies to Africa. Morocco's the only country in Africa where Ryanair flies to. It also flies to Israel, and I'm not sure, but I think it flies to Jordan as well. And it also flies to, and it's also started seasonal flights to Dalaman in Turkey. So it's Ryanair's only destination in Turkey. And Ryanair's Sun is a charter airline in Poland. It only has one aircraft in the fleet. It flies from Poland to probably like hot places like Greece, Turkey, don't know where, hot places. And I think Ryanair Sun also, it's called Ryanair Sun, S-U-N, Ryanair Sun. So it also flies to
10 minutes.
10 minutes landing, so we're getting close. So basically Ryanair Sun is a Polish Ryanair airline. It only has one aircraft in the fleet.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are landing less than 10 minutes, we just show once again that your seatbelt securely fastened and your lighter and turning devices must now be switched off and stored under your seat or in the overhead locker provided. We're gonna be landing shortly, thank you.
So it flies from Poland to Turkey, don't know. It flies to Antalya from Poland. But Ryanair's an Irish airline with so many flights from the United Kingdom. The largest bases of Ryanair are Dublin and London Stansted. But I think they're both the largest, but Dublin maybe has more destinations because Ryanair's headquarters are in Dublin. And also a second largest base can be, which it is London Stansted. So from next year, 2nd of April, Ryanair will start operating flights to a few destinations and will also open a new base at Southend Airport, London Southend Airport. And it's also outside, you know, like it's going to start flying to like some place in France, some places in Spain, and some others maybe. But it will fly to Dublin from there. So it already flies from London Gatwick to 4 or 5 destinations and a few from Luton, but not as much as Stansted, but a bit more than Gatwick. But from Southend, it's going to open a new base there. I think it already has a base in Luton. Never been from Luton before. I've only been from Stansted, Heathrow and Gatwick. I wanted to try Luton once, but it's just too far from our house. It's like quite far, it's about an hour drive. It'll probably be as far as Heathrow. Stansted's probably the closest airport to us, or even City and Southend, but we don't fly from those 2 airports. We might do one day, if Ryanair opens a base there, which it will. At Southend you have EasyJet and like Flybe. So guys, I am going to see you when we're like on our final approach, so bye for now. Oh wait, the cabin lights have just been dimmed now. So remember, it's a normal procedure because like in case of an emergency when it's night time, they want passengers to see where they are. So when it's dark, the passengers can see the outside much better. And I'm going to see you during our finals once again. So bye for now. Okay guys, so we're almost on our final approach, and the in-flight spoilers have been opened like 5 or 6 times for the plane to slow down better. Ryanair uses it all the time, I think, which it does.
Crew seats for landing, thank you.
I think we've got like less than 2 minutes left. Probably going to be a flaps 40 landing because that's what Ryanair uses at nights, to use idle reverse to leave the runway as quickly as possible. Because they have to use idle reverse because it's at night time, like after 11 PM they won't be allowed to use it here at Stansted. It's because there are like houses around and the passengers will get disturbed because they're really tired and probably sleep around this time. So they start to use full reverse after like 6 or 7 AM. But I think it might be a bit of a heavy, like hard braking. Looks like the landing gear is out, which it is, and the flaps I think are being set to like 15-ish maybe. Setting it is, but I think it's 40 or something. Guys, it is 40 I think. Guys, so I'm ready, the passengers are, and the crew is ready for landing, and the plane is, but are you ready for landing? You haven't told me. Well, it seems like you are. Well, let's just say you are, yeah. You better be ready for landing, or otherwise you're not gonna have the best time. Okay. Oh my god, I just can't wait for that hard braking. Oh my god. Whoa, we just came down. It's a bit windy here. Nothing unusual. Well, okay, so are you all ready for touchdown? Hard landing again. For fuck's sake. No, and it is idle reverse. Not really any hard braking. Can you hear a bit of the steel brakes? And over there we have like a private jet from the UAE. So finally arrived at London Stansted Airport, so welcome everyone here, back home.
Ryanair is selected welcome to London Stansted when the local time is approaching 1:45 midnight.
11:45, so we are about an hour delayed on our arrival time.
Complete stop and the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off for you. Please take care when opening overhead lockers as items of your carry-on luggage may have become dislodged during your flight, fall down and cause injuries. For those of you who smoke, please refrain from doing so until you reach designated smoking area. Finally, on behalf of the captain, first officer and especially on board crew today, we would like to thank you for choosing to fly with us. It has been our pleasure taking care of you, and we hope to see you on another Ryanair scheduled service in the very near future. Wishing you a safe onward journey. Thank you and have a good night.
Okay, so this is Stansted Airport. Stansted Airport, welcome. So finally arrived after like 3 or 4 days not being here. Just went to Stockholm just for the end of the week, which we did, and looks like we're back here in the UK, home sweet home. And I can see a FedEx Airbus A300-600 cargo. Looks like Ryanair's one, it reminds me of that. There it is. FedEx A300. And that's a FedEx 777 cargo. FedEx is actually an American company. From here you can also go to like other countries, not only the USA. And this is Cargo Logic Air Boeing 747-8AS series. And over there is Thomas Cook Airlines. It's not one by SmartLynx, it's the Thomas Cook itself. And wow, we have a Titan Airways 757 here. And that's a UPS 767. And another FedEx. I think this is probably operating on behalf of another airline, which it is. That's it. The FedEx 757, Jet2 737-800, both Sky Interior planes. And over there we have Pegasus Airlines and a Primera Air right at the back there. So now I think we're going to be parked on gate 30 something. I think it's gate 34 or 35 or even 33. This is GJZHL Jet2 737-800. Equipped with the Sky Interior cabin. We haven't reached our parking position yet, we're just waiting for a signal.
Flight deck, it's Skavsta speaking. We're just holding short, we're just waiting for the handling agents to let us understand. As soon as they come out, we'll get on stand. Hopefully in this couple of minutes, just please just remain seated with your seatbelts fastened.
We're just waiting for the handling agents and the ground staff to come to the parking stand. Looks like we're going to have to take a train to the terminal. Well, they call it transit here. That's the Ryanair. Sorry guys. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so finally we're just gonna go on the stand. This is a Jet 2 A321 owned by Titan Airways. That Pegasus is going to Istanbul, I think. And there we are. I think we're parked on gate 33 or something. So we found our parking position. And I think it's gate 34 we're parked on. There we are, came to a stop, and there we are.
Cabin crew, yourself, slides and open doors.
There we are, so we finally stopped, and welcome everyone back home to London Stansted Airport. And it's been a really nice flight from Stockholm Skavsta, and we did have a 1 hour delay, so Ryanair does apologise for it. And we finally came to a stop here, and I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my videos. Yeah, like trains and planes, navigation, and etc. If you like trains and planes, please just subscribe to my channel. Any questions, don't suffer in silence. There won't be any flight reports so far, but there might be one very, very soon in the near future. I hope there will be. So guys, I have to go now, so see you then. Thank you and bye once again.